Game number 2, liveoddsportsbookreview.com. Great game, late game. Falcons on the road to take on the Seahawks. Seattle 6, 45.5 the total. The Falcons have shown the ability to win in different ways. Against Carolina, 500 yards for Matty Ice, 300 yards receiving for Julio. Then they go into Denver. He only had 267 passing, 180 yards to the running backs, Teddy. Shanahan and Matt Ryan on the same page.
Well, yeah, and Shanahan was a guy who I liked in several previous stops before he arrived in Atlanta. And then last year, he arrived in Atlanta, and it just didn't click. Him and Ryan never got on the same page, and now they are on the same page. And there's a ton of skill position talent around them. You know, Devontae Freeman asked in the postgame if the Falcons had the most versatile offense in the NFL. Quote, "I've thought that since last year. We're just now putting all those pieces together and putting everybody in position. Everybody is learning their role. The coaches really understand us and what we can do. I definitely think we are the best offense in the league right now, considering what they did against Denver last week on the heels of those impressive performances in previous week against lesser defenses. I don't know that I disagree with that. The Falcons' offense is as scary as the Patriots' offense right now. I haven't seen anyone shut it down.
Wait a second, though. Slow. Remember what happened last year? They were off to I know it wasn't like this with the offensive fireworks, but Atlanta got off to a great start last year, then they shit the bed.
Yeah, sure. That was last year. I'm well aware of what happened with last year. And am I saying the Falcons are a Super Bowl team? No, I'm saying their offense is clicking right now, and they appear to be in better form offensively, and much more of a comfort level offensively than they were in 2015. And if the defense can play decently well, which is still very much an if, you know, they've drafted defense, they have a defensive head coach. In theory, that defense is supposed to make strides as the season progresses. That defense gets better, they might be scary. But for right now, it's like, yeah, the last year's still in the back of your mind when you think about the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not sure that it should be, though.
Yep, Seahawks, 2 weeks to prepare. They're in their best role, 23-7 ATS in home games under Carroll. When the line's single digits, they often back off as big favorites. But it shows the impact of the crowd when the games are competitive. Is this a defense that Wilson and the Seahawks can move the ball on?
Well, yeah, and then this, to my mind, is going to be the number one test for Atlanta's defense. We've seen them get torched at times this season. We saw them play well at Denver, but a lot of that was Paxton Lynch stinking up the joint. Now we got Russell Wilson facing a defense that has 3 rookies. They're all talented, but they're rookies. 3 rookies and 3 second-year players as starters. They could struggle with play action. They could struggle with the bootleg reads. And let's not forget Seattle, not one of the easier offenses to defend just because they use so much misdirection. Teams that are too aggressive against the Seahawks often pay the price.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.